he's new, but yeah, he's learning pretty fast.
We're gonna get a ton of leads from mowing in the next, I'd say, 4 weeks or so. So even though we're not getting more leads than we did last year, we're getting more field hours in. Was it broken yesterday? So the guys come in, they clock in, they can see their entire route for the day, and it's all in order. They don't have to worry about which. Well, good morning, Neki.
Good morning, Steve.
Tell me about your morning routine.
We get in, we bring the dump body down, open up the trailer, bring out the mowers, make sure they're good on fuel, let them run for a bit, take a look over my notes, take a look at any notes for specific properties. For instance, we have one property today that requires the whole yard to be push mowed, and just basically making sure we have everything we need.
So Josh comes in a little later, right?
Right.
He's here at 7:30.
Yep.
And what does he do when he comes in?
Typically, as the foreman, when I come in, I try to get all the morning essential tasks done. So by the time he gets here, it's off and we're going.
About how many morning tasks do you have when you come in?
Probably about 12, 13 different ones according to our morning checklist.
Right.
That we check off.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Thanks.
All right. Want to go see Kevin? Kevin's our gardener. And Kevin, if you could just give us a rundown of your morning routine and the kinds of things that you do in the morning to get ready for the day.
So in the morning, usually the first thing I do is clock into the app, and then
What app?
the Service Autopilot app that we use keeps track of our day and all our jobs, all the jobs that I have for the day, puts them in order, and that gives me the route for the day, and also lets me know what tools, what jobs I'll be doing, and what tools I need to bring. So then the next thing is me getting into the dry storage area that we have to collect my tools for the day and loading those up into the truck.
Doing all right? How about you?
Okay. So far this year with mowing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I've been busy cleaning up after the rain and the storms and stuff, getting a nice fresh cut in everyone's mow.
So Randy has a new hire. His name is Jose. Why don't we say hi to Jose? How you doing, man? How are things going?
Good so far.
Good. Nice to see you. Great. Jose, why don't you introduce yourself and explain where you're from and what you're up to these days?
I'm Jose. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I just be here for this is my second week, right?
Second week.
Yeah, feel great here. Doing some landscaping.
How are things going?
Good.
Good. He's doing good?
Yeah,
Good.
definitely. Catching on. I mean, he's new, but yeah, he's learning pretty fast and he's keeping up with us, so.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely. He wants to get on that mower bad.
Great. Let's throw him on it.
One day.
Yeah, one day soon, right?
Yeah, definitely.
About how long before somebody hops on the mower?
I would like them to have pretty good mastery on just everything else before they even worry about the mower.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they get tunnel vision for the mower.
So you're mowing, what's Jose doing?
He's weed whacking, he's picking up sticks, he's blowing off the properties. He's basically doing everything else, and yeah, he's Johnny on the spot.
Excellent. Good. So right now we've got 2 mowing crews. We have a fertilizer crew going out, we've got a gardening crew, and a projects crew. We have some Mexican workers. They're through the H2B program. They're going to be here on May 11th. They'll be doing projects as well. And then we'll probably have one more mowing crew as well because we're going to get a ton of leads from mowing in the next, I'd say, 4 weeks or so.
Do you keep track of last year's analytics, how the season progressed last year, as far as new leads coming in and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So we're constantly comparing the previous year to the current year. So I was sort of feeling like we had a lot more leads, and I felt like I was sending a lot more estimates than I did last year. But looking at the numbers, it's about the same. We were hoping to have more leads and more sales, but we're exceeding hours, and hours are so important for making money. So even though we're not getting more leads than we did last year, we're getting more field hours in. So we're making more money than we did last year. And really, that's the most important thing. Morning, boys.
Back it up a little bit.
What do we got going on?
Just connecting the trailer.
I'm going to connect the trailer.
A little bit, slow it a little bit. Keep going, keep going. Come on. All right. That's good.
How much of a pain in the ass is this?
Depends on who's backing you in. If it's me, it's a big pain in the ass.
How about alone? What's that like alone?
You gotta get out, you gotta look.
So what do we have in the truck here, Ant?
Got a bunch of loom. Got 3 yards of screen loom. Want to flatten out some yards. Get this all set up and connected.
That's Jordan. He's our projects foreman right now. When the Mexicans come in a few weeks, we'll have a second projects crew, and they'll be working side by side, doing projects together. Jordan, tell us about your day, please.
I'm doing a little bit of loam today, dirt work, and then after that, some de-thatching, just basically irritating the ground enough to disturb the natural grass that's there to plant our own grass.
Sure.
Give people a new spring yard, I guess you could say.
Cool.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
We're doing a couple houses today.
All loam. Yep. Three projects, all loam. Jack, how you doing?
What's up?
How are things?
Good.
Good.
2 things. One, every time I've been to Allen Seed, the past like 2 weeks, they haven't had 0050. Should I just go to Home Depot and see if they have it?
I don't know if they have it. Why, is that Glenn Fritch on your route again? Skip them.
Okay.
Yep. Just I'll move them probably one day next week.
In your truck?
Yep.
Awesome. All right.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're in there. If not, they're on my desk, but we should be good. Cool, cool. Noah, good morning.
How's it going?
All right, and you?
Doing well.
Good. So what do we have going on here?
This is one of our seeders, and Jordan and I are going to need it on the job today. We're doing some lumen seed and a little bit of de-thatching, so we're just going to use this machine to kind of clean up the grass and get everything looking good for the spring.
Was it broken yesterday?
No, that's the other one. The handle snapped off, and there's evidence that it was welded, and these handles, they get really thin right at that pivot point, and guys are doing this with it. You know, it's normal. It's just going to break.
Sure.
So it snapped right off, and I'm going to figure out if we can get a new, this thing, or get a welder for the shop, because the one in there is broken, and I'm like, oh, because I could just, easily weld it back on there, but
Sure.
we need the welder, so yeah, it's just another thing, nothing to look at for tomorrow.
So we're busy, but they seem to be running very smoothly around here. And we've worked really hard at making things really efficient for the guys. So everybody knows their morning routine. They know what they have to do. There's a checklist for everything. Some tasks like fueling and dumping are on the app. They simply just clock into it. So even though we're super busy right now, things are really calm here. Seems like everybody knows what they're doing, and that's a great thing.
That was the whole plan, right?
That's the whole plan, yeah. As much as I'd like some drama for the film, things seem to be running so smoothly today. No issues.
You guys are doing too good of a job.
Well, we certainly try. In Ready Business Systems and RI Lawns, we use Service Autopilot. And Service Autopilot is unique in that it has a waiting list and a dispatch board. So jobs will sit on a waiting list before they're scheduled or dispatched, and it's easy to move them around. So on the dispatch board, I've got some tabs of each crew. And what I do is I move jobs from the waiting list, and then if you click on the job, you can dispatch it to a certain day and to a crew. So I would assign jobs to each crew individually, and then there's a cool function here where you can put them in order. So the guys come in, they clock in, they can see their entire route for the day, and it's all in order. They don't have to worry about which one to go to first. It's in driving order, super efficient. They know exactly where they have to be and where to go.
How much time do you think that saves?
Quite a bit.
Every day?
Sure, quite a bit. In my former job, when I was a lawn tech, I would get a stack of papers, invoices. Then I would have to go to my maps, Google Maps, and I'd have to plug each one in, and I'd have to plan my own route. So I would spend maybe 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes planning my route for the day. And then, of course, if you compound that by 5 days, let's just say 10 minutes times 5 days, that's 50 minutes. So I'm spending an hour a week planning my routes. In this case, we have a Reed, your office manager, doing it. The guys don't have to waste any time in the morning planning their route. Everything's in driving order. They come in, they clock into their morning tasks, dumping, fueling, and then they hit the road, like Neki said, and they start hitting their jobs one at a time.